Alright guys, welcome back. Today I wanted to talk about a very interesting subject that has reached my ears and how I wanted to address it myself personally. Today I wanted to talk about how unit team comps work in an ideal setting and how you should think about what your team does, not only in terms of offense, but in terms of defense, in terms of buffs, and how they support one another in this sense. And today, I really wanted to showcase Alisaie because she is one of my favorite units of all time. I'm a major fan of Final Fantasy XIV, or anything Final Fantasy to be honest, but Final Fantasy XIV has a very special place in my heart, and Alisaie specifically is one of those units that has a very large spot there. Today I wanted to show her off, and the reason why I brought her today is specifically to show how a team can be very detrimental to one another and how they can bring out the best in one another. However, in this sense, it won't be just it'll be featuring around Alisaie. I have brought Aerith. She is going to be our healer here, and she's definitely going to be bringing much more than just raw heals. I expect her to bring damage, and on top of that, I expect her to bring large amounts of brave in the situation. And I also brought Deuce today. Deuce is one of the characters that have been talked about recently, and a lot of people have said that Deuce does not bring a lot to the table. But I want to showcase today that when paired with other units, it's not her that's shining, it's what she brings to the party and how they all shine together. Independently by herself, yes, she is on the lower end of the spectrum, but again, once you do team building and team comps, you don't want to do the situation of ideally masking behind of what each unit is bringing. You want to realize what each unit is doing for the other two units that are fighting right there beside them. So I'm going to be going into this chaos in particular. This chaos has one boss and two mannequins with him. This boss in particular, the reason why I want to use this one is because Alisaie is boosted while the other two are not. And I wanted to show them out of sync because even while being out of sync, these two can pretty much do really devastating damage. It's just the case in point of team synergy, team comp, and knowing where you can put your skills and how to use your skills appropriately once you play around with this team comp here. So I'll do a quick rundown of what each unit has. My Alisaie here. As I said before, I love Alisaie, so I don't mind preparing for her for the future. She does have all of her spheres inserted right now, and she has Papalimos, she has Shadows, and she has Beatrix. Shadow increasing the attack by 10% whenever Alisaie deals a critical. Papalimo increasing magic attack by 15% whenever you attack a broken, or whenever you break or attack a broken target. And Beatrix's spear is going to be, whenever I get a critical hit, the max brave of the party is going to be going up. So ideally, I want her, because she does not have overflow and she only has her base EX right now, I would like her to benefit the team a lot more. And even if it is a small percentage, she's able to benefit thanks to this spear in particular. Aerith was how I did in her previous video. Not too much to change with her, but she does have her artifact passives, and these I did manage to get a double curse since last time, so very happy about that. And the best part about this is, as you will see here, Aerith's attack strength is not all that high, but because of the buffs that are going to be placed on the field with these three in particular, these three are going to be able to cover for low attack units in this situation. And I want to go over to my Deuce now. My Deuce does have 3 out of 3, and she does have a couple of artifact passives. With her artifact passives, I went for max brave through 330 to the best of my ability. She does want a little bit of attack, but she definitely wants max brave because all of her skills revolve around max brave. So you definitely want to bring max brave for her in this sense. And again, with Deuce here, she also has under the soft cap, which would be 3100 for any chaos in particular. I think the only person who has over that would be Alisaie, and Alisaie also has a couple of things here. She does have a couple of attacks 108s, but she also has acceleration boost. Acceleration boost is something that is extremely valuable to her kit. It increases the max brave and the attack whenever you use her first variations of her spells. Her first variations being Ver Arrow and Ver Thunder, but you'll be seeing me use them very often in the situation here. And we're gonna go in. And I'm gonna bring a friend of mine here, a good friend of mine from Flux's Discord again, and we're going to pretty much cause mass mayhem as to the best of our ability. So let's get in here and let's do this. Okay, everybody should have their buffs up and ready. So, since he just opened up with a group HP attack, I'm gonna heal with Aerith here. And since Deuce is up, I'm gonna get buffs going. And Alisaie's up, so we're gonna start off with Ver Arrow first, and we're gonna focus the boss. Alright. We have Aerith up, so we're gonna go with her HP attack on B. And we have Alisaie up, so we're gonna go with their Thunder here. And since Deuce is up now, we can break the other two while attacking B, so we're gonna do that here. Okay. Aerith is up again, so we're gonna get an HP attack in, and I want to get that rolling right now. Alright. So, since Alisaie is up, one thing I know I want to do first is I'm going to go into her EX right now. And now we're going to go into her skills. So we're going to use her second variation skills, which would be Ver Stone and Ver Fire. Okay, and we have Ver Fire here, so we're going to use this on B. And we have Fury Brand at the ready, so we're going to use Fury Brand. Yeah, we're definitely going to use Fury Brand here. And we have Deuce up, and her EX is ready, so we're going to use her EX. Okay. So, let's see here. I do have a couple of skills ready because I have dual cast on, so I'm going to use their arrow here on C. And we're going to do Enchanted Redoublement here on B. And we're going to use Healing Wind to heal back up the party. And since alisaie does not have dual cast on, I want to play offensively, and I'm going to go into her attack advance here. And I want to use the Jolt 2 combo here. And alisaie is going to follow it up with Enchanted Redoublement again. And we do have a couple of options here. So I want to use Aerith's C65. And we're going to use Fury Brand. And we can follow this up with a Flare on B. So with Deuce right now, I want to use her C65 all magic attack, and we're going to use her skill 2 to break everyone here. And we have alisaie back, so we're going to go into the stone on B here. And we are going to go into Summon. And we're going to use Prayer, etc. and put this one on alisaie here. And we have Fury Brand, so we're going to go into Fury Brand right now and hit B. And we're going to go into the Jolt 2 combo. And we're going to go into Verify. And I feel like we're going to use skill 1 here with Deuce. And we're going to do their arrow here. And we can go into Enchanted Redoublement on B. And we can go into an HP attack on B. And we can do Jolt 2 combo right here. And since I can go into C65 here. And we're going to use Enchanted Double. And we're going to go into Deuce's EX right now. And we're gonna go into Flare on B. Aerith is up, and I want to use Healing Wind here. And we're going to use Verstone now on B. And we have Fury Brand at the ready. And we're going to do that right now. We're going to use skill 2 with Deuce here. And we're going to use the Jolt 2 combo here. Break down B a bit. And we're going to use Verify. Let's see here. Sleep, attack, and speed. Okay. And she has plenty of turns on favor. So A is up next, and I want to use Healing Wind one more time. And we're going to use Arrow here on B. And we're going to use Enchanted Redoublement here on B. And we have Fury Brand up, so we're going to use C65. And Fury Brand. We're going to reapply buffs here. Because, yeah, we're going to reapply buffs here. And we're going to use Jolt 2, the Jolt 2 combo on B. And I'm going to use Enchanted Redoublement on B. And we're gonna break C because he's getting a lot of brave. Alright. So we're going to use Flare on B. And we can use Deuce's EX now. And we're going to use Verstone here on B. And we're going to use Healing Wind. Okay, so we're going to use Fury Brand on B. And we're going to use Skill 2 on B. And we're going to use the Jolt 2 combo on B. And we're going to use Verifier on B. Since Cetra's favor fell off, we're going to use Prayer of the Cetra on Alisaie here. And Alisaie is going to be using Arrow on C. Alright, and we can do Enchanted Redoublement on C. And we're going to use Fury Brand on A. And since Deuce is up, I want to use All Magic Attack. And we're going to use her Skill 2 on C. Alisaie is up, and I want to use Jolt 2 combo on A. And I want to use Enchanted Redoublement on C. And we can finish him off. We can use Flare. And we're going to use a Healing Wind here. And we're going to use Deuce's EX here. And we're going to use Fury Brand here. And we're going to use Stone on A. We're going to use Jolt 2 combo on A. And I want to use Refire here on A. And I want, just for funsies, I'm going to hand the Killing Blow to Alisaie here. And we're going to do Chance of Redoublement. So, in this situation, this was one of the older chaoses, but this was, for me, a good showcase, in my opinion, just because of the fact that independently, especially on Alisaie's part, she has no way of doing overflow, and for her to actually have been doing 60k hits to even a 90k hit, even in a summon setting, for her to be a base EX, the other two EXs, or the other two units really contributed to what Alisaie could do, and on top of that, they all complemented each other very well. Deuce being the magic attack brave battery that she is, and Aerith being the super healer and also being an aura, a attack aura buff as well. I mean, these three together are phenomenal, but it's not just these three together, it's knowing what units do what and how they can complement one another. Always think of what your team can do together, never separate. Thank you guys very much for hanging out with me and doing this run. I appreciate everybody for taking the time to watch this. I can't thank you guys enough, especially to my new subscribers to the channel. Thanks for hanging out with me, and hopefully I look forward to having 50. Alright, thanks guys, and take care.